This is the Valley Today.
It's not the raging blizzard that we've gotten used to, but snowfall overnight and this morning definitely making for slick and potentially troublesome roads around the valley.
Yeah, plows and sanders spent the night doing their thing, but it's not likely that every street has been taken care of. So, of course, be careful as you head out this morning into this winter wonderland. We're now checking in with meteorologist Lisa Green for a look at what's ahead. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Well, it is going to be a bit of a tough drive. You know, I've measured about 2 inches of snow here at the station. Other places likely getting that amount. And so that does add up and leads to some issues with snowy roads causing slick conditions out there. And of course, you know, as those plows are trying to take care of it, you see those plow ridges developing on some of those intersections. There goes a plow right there. They've been out working very hard here this morning. So conditions are going to be snowy on the roads, but also some low visibility with the snowfall that is falling. So again, conditions are going to be tough. Another going by. So, you know, they're out there. Temperatures into the 20s right now. Speaking of plows on the Minnesota side, this is a recent view from between Moorhead and the Wolverton area from the dash cam here of that plow. And you can see that the road itself very much snow covered before that plow is able to get through and get that cleared off along Highway 75. So you may encounter that in places where they haven't been able to get to yet. Or perhaps more snow is falling on top of where they've already gone through. And that's certainly going to be the possibility for today. You can see on our radar, it's scattered. It's not heavy. It's not widespread like what we saw with that storm system last week. But it is enough to kind of be a little sneaky and get you with the snow that continues to just kind of build up and replace those areas that have been cleared off. So looking at places like northern Cass, stretching back over into Trail County, over to the east into Norman County, Minnesota. We've got a little bout of snow moving through there. There are other places dealing with that. But here's the really good news today. The wind, it's not a problem for us. We're looking at wind speeds that are 10 miles per hour or less out of the east. So it's a gentle snowfall, a pretty snowfall if you don't have to deal with it by doing any shoveling or trying to drive with that snow as well. Here's a look outside right now. You can again see that we've got some snow coming down in Fargo-Moorhead. Look at those vehicles in the lot at Luther Family Ford. You may have to do some clearing or may encounter something like that in your driveway this morning. And temperatures are pretty chilly for being out and doing some shoveling here. We're looking at only 16 degrees in Jamestown. It's 22 in Fargo and in Grand Forks. Not terrible, especially the fact that we don't have that much wind, but still a little bit cold, and we stay that way all day long. So we're looking, there goes another plow, my goodness. So we're looking at temperatures that stay well below freezing today for many locations, and we're just going to be dealing with that off and on chance for some snow along with the cloud cover. So again, it's kind of pretty if you don't have to go anywhere, but I know Monday's pretty hectic day, so give yourself plenty of time to get to where you need to be, because it's going to be a little bit tough, especially those intersections, those places where you get a lot of stopping and acceleration that can lead to some icy patches as well.
Or just preemptively text the boss, hey, gonna be a few minutes late.
There you go.
Yeah.
Work from home today.
Like that. Okay, Lisa, thank you.
And for a closer look, we're now jumping outside to a live look in downtown Fargo at Broadway. You see the sign there in the intersection. Again, be mindful as you're starting and stopping in those regions. Ice on the roads and that snow still continuing to fall. I think it does look quite pretty. Again, if you get to stay indoors, it's a great time. If not, be careful as you head out. Those slick spots will be popping up on your commute to work, school, or wherever you need to go. And for an even closer look at your real-time travel maps, we have Jordan joining us in studio.
Yeah, that's right. We got a lot of stuff we got to go over this morning. Again, downtown Fargo didn't look too bad there. Kind of a pretty winter scene, but we want to take a bigger look at what all of our roads are doing. Okay, since I last checked up on this, the map has changed dramatically. Before, it was just kind of a few little spots across the area of this purple color, which means snow-covered. Now, basically, the whole eastern portion of North Dakota is in that purple snow-covered area. Around Valley City, we are dealing with some ice, though, and also just north of Grand Forks on I-29. We're dealing with some ice as well. However, in the Northern Valley, some popular roads that people are taking. Highway 2 there, we're talking about snow-covered. Looking around at our interstate south of Fargo, I-29, snow-covered as well. And just to the west of the metro as well, we're talking about snow-covered southeastern North Dakota. Also some snow-covered roads around the Jamestown area as well. You need to be careful about snow-covered roads there. Now in Minnesota, we are basically talking our whole viewing area that we have, the northwestern part of the state, partially covered to fully covered in that snow there. Major roads, a lot of folks taking this morning. We're talking Highway 10, Moorhead to all the way, it looks like just about to where you would get off if you were going to Brainerd. It looks like we're talking about snow-covered roads there. So a big stretch, a little clearing maybe around the New York Mills area, but otherwise we're talking pretty snow-covered. I-94 going down from Moorhead to Fergus Falls, even past it. We're also talking about some road covered. There's even an incident that we got reported here on the map. Let's pull that one up. It's just northwest of Alexandria. It looks like our computer is thinking here, and it can't exactly tell me what's going on. But anyway, I see this this flashing thing on the map there. So it's showing that there's some kind of an incident along the interstate there. So be careful as you are driving around the area, all snow-covered roads. We'll keep checking that throughout the morning. Ashlyn?
All right, thank you for a look at that real-time travel. New this morning, a Twin Cities man now hurt after a crash on icy roads. It happened in Otter Tail County overnight. The Minnesota State Patrol says the driver was on Highway 106 near Perham just before midnight. He left the road, rolled, and smashed into some trees. He's now being treated at the Perham Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. A Cass County man now dead, and the driver of the car he was in now facing drunk driving charges after crashing into a tree in the Northern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 46-year-old Christopher Thompson of Grafton left Highway 9 in Walsh County Friday night and hit a tree near Park River. 48-year-old Jason Shatsky of Wheatland also died. 4 other passengers were in the car, but no one else had serious injuries. The Minnesota State Patrol responded to more than 100 crashes, including 1 fatality over this past weekend. Troopers say between 7:30 p.m. Friday and 7:30 a.m. Saturday, there were a total of 117 crashes statewide. A man died in a rollover crash in Ramsey County. 18 other people were hurt, but none seriously. The State Patrol also responded to more than 30 spinouts and 4 jackknifed semis. A woman now in jail accused of firing a gun into a Grand Forks home. Police got a call yesterday morning from a witness reporting that the woman was shooting a gun in front of a house on Columbia Court, which is near the UND campus.
Police found the suspect with the gun and then arrested her. They say several shots were fired, causing damage to the home. No word on any injuries, though. Anyone with information on the shooting is urged to contact the Grand Forks police. We have breaking news this morning out of Idaho, where 4 college students have been found dead. Police were called to a report of an unconscious person near the University of Idaho in Moscow and found 4 bodies.
No other details are being released at this time. Classes are canceled for today as police investigate.
A former Fergus Falls, Minnesota doctor who spent 2 decades providing medical assistance to youth hockey teams in Minnesota and Michigan has pleaded not guilty to sexual assault. Zvi Levron was arraigned in Detroit on Friday for multiple criminal sexual conduct charges. Court records say that patients told police that their exams were in some way connected to the youth hockey organizations.
Levron is out of jail after posting a $1 million bond. He was also charged last month after a 19-year-old man told authorities he was sexually assaulted during an exam at Levron's home medical office in Michigan. Former Fargo Police Chief Chris Magnus has resigned as head of U.S. Border Protection. He submitted his resignation to President Joe Biden on Saturday after being asked to leave.
Now, he was on that job for only a year, but he has been criticized internally as being out of touch with the agency and then publicly for the handling of the U.S.-Mexico border. Reports indicate that agents have encountered record numbers of migrants entering the country recently. Magnus says it was a privilege and an honor to be a part of the administration. Still to come this Monday morning, gathering for the holidays and staying healthy amid big trouble with COVID, RSV, and the flu.
Yeah, we'll look at that. And up next, weather to plan out your Monday morning, where you might be waking up to a winter wonderland. You're going to want to keep an eye on those slick spots on your morning commute. We'll break it all down when we come back.